Doctors and not the court will determine if a fellow professional has acted reasonably when advising a patient in the event of a medical complaint. This is to ensure the situation is assessed fairly and with the right context, while safeguarding the interests of both parties. A new statutory test is among the changes under the Civil Law Bill passed in Parliament today, following recommendations made by a review workgroup last year. Cheryl Goh explains.
Clarity for doctors and better protection for patients. The new test will determine if a doctor gives sound medical advice to patients during a consultation. A group of his peers will assess if the doctor's conduct was reasonable under the circumstances. This will be applied to all healthcare professionals, including dentists and oral health therapists.
What is reasonable is a matter to be assessed in the context of each case, and it is not possible to define upfront at the start all the categories in a closed fashion of information that will be regarded as reasonable or not reasonable.
This assessment is known as peer professional opinion. Under the requirements, the doctor must have also looked at the patient's medical history and all relevant information for the patient to make informed decision on his treatment. It includes answering specific questions that the patient asks.
Any concerns expressly communicated by the patient has to be addressed, and the work group was quite unanimous in the view that if it's been brought up expressly to the doctor, then the doctor has to address those queries.
The latest amendments come after several high-profile cases in recent years, which had raised concerns over exactly how much information a doctor is expected to give a patient. This includes the case of Malaysian businessman Hee Chi Kok, who sued surgeon London Lucian Ooi and the National Cancer Centre Singapore for misdiagnosing and giving him wrong medical advice. And that of private orthopedic specialist Dr. Lim Lian An, who had his $100,000 penalty overturned after a patient accused him of not telling her the possible side effects of a steroid injection.